What's going on, everybody? Cabana Greg here, and in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at what I picked up during Barnes & Noble's 50% off Criterion Collection sale. So before we hop into today's video, I just want to start off by saying I haven't done one of these in quite some time, but I'm really excited by the fact that I was able to go to this sale this time and pick up a bunch of movies that I've been wanting to watch for a long time. And if you're new to the Criterion Collection, that's totally fine. To give you guys a quick little synopsis, they're basically a publishing company that's responsible for finding contemporary and classic films, restoring them to their highest fidelity, and also kind of packaging these movies up with a ton of supplemental features. So that includes like director commentary, video, and written essays about the movie, and a ton of other stuff. It's safe to say if you're a big fan of movies, the Criterion Collection knows what they're doing. They always, provide a bunch of extra context about how the movies are made, their cultural impact during the time of their release, and much, much more. So having said all of that, I'm just going to go through a couple of the ones that I picked up today during Barnes & Noble's 50% off sale. They have the sale about, I think, twice a year typically. So this should be the last one that they'll run for this year in 2022. Another quick thing before we begin, most of these movies are blind buys for me, just meaning, I have no idea what these movies are about. Either I like the director or I like the cover art and I just, want to try them out and see if I like them. That's typically how I engage with these DVD sets. I usually don't know much about the movies going in aside from what's written on the back of the box. Alrighty, starting off strong here, we have spine number 1056. We have Moonstruck with Cher and my guy Nick Cage. So this is actually one of the movies I have seen before. I think it's a classic for me, honestly. What do you Cher and Nick Cage, what more do you want? There's also just a lot of really memorable scenes and surprisingly funny, heartwarming. I don't know, just a really good movie. So I had to pick this one up without a doubt. Had to pick up Moonstruck. Moving right along, next here I have is Rafifi. This is spine number, 115. Rafifi. So this is a movie that's actually been referenced in a ton of other movies. I can't remember any that come to the top of my head, but like there will be characters kind of coming out of a movie and they've just seen this, sort of like the main showing from that theater. It's a very well-known French film. I've personally never seen it before, but thought now might be a good time to try it out and see what it's all about. This will probably be one of the ones that I watch first out of the whole stack of movies I have here. So yeah, Rafifi is another one that I picked up. I'm really looking forward to seeing what it's all about. All right, next we have here is Onibaba. This is spine number 226. Onibaba. So this is a Japanese film. I don't know too much about it. This is definitely one of the ones I was waiting for the Blu-ray edition to come out. So I'm excited that, they have a Blu-ray copy of this movie now. Honestly, one of the things that drew me in was just the mask design. And so I'm kind of just curious to see what this movie really is about. I know it's pseudo horror, a little bit of drama in there too. So yeah, I think that sounds like a good combination for a fun time. And so yeah, I'm looking forward to checking out Onibaba. Again, this is one I have never seen before, but I've heard about. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to seeing what it's about. Alrighty, next is a movie that I have seen before. This is Scorsese's Raging Bull. This is spine 1134. Yeah, so not much more I can really say about Raging Bull other than I'm happy that it's part of the collection. Honestly, I would have to think about all of the other Scorsese films that he's done, and he's done so many. But yeah, I remember really loving Raging Bull. It's been years since I've seen it, so I'm looking forward to seeing it all again, looking through all the supplemental features. I'm sure there's some Scorsese commentary, about the movie, so looking forward to kind of going through all of that. But yeah, this is Raging Bull. Next is a German film that I've wanted to pick up for a really long time. I think when I first got into the Criterion Collection, they only had DVD copies of this movie. This is Wings of Desire. This is Wim Wenders, spine number 490. I just really love the concept behind this movie. And all the stills that I've seen from it, it just looks like a really well shot film, which makes sense. Wim Wenders, all the cinematography in his movies are like super impressive. So really happy that this is, they have a Blu-ray edition for this movie now. This again will be a movie I've never seen before, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what this one's all about. Like I said, I know the general concept, and it's very interesting to me. And it's Wim Wenders, so I'm sure it's going to be incredible. But yeah, looking forward to watching Wings of Desire. And again, this was $4.90 for the spine number. Next is a Japanese film I've been wanting to check out for a minute. Finally got around to picking it up as part of this just general this general stack here. This is Tampopo, and this is spine number 868. The only thing that bums me out, I noticed when I didn't notice this, but there's a little bit of a tear here. It kind of bums me out. I do like it when all my stuff is not in that condition, so is what it is. One of my friends has spoken very highly about this movie, so I'm excited to check it out. I don't know anything about it. I just, I know it's a classic, and I do love Japanese cinema, so I'm sure I'll have a good time with it. But yeah, this is Tampopo. Next is a French film. I've seen a couple of movies from her in the past, and I enjoyed them. I think it's one of those things where I'd have to rewatch them to really appreciate them, but just kind of the next movie had some general themes and the story sounded pretty interesting to me. And again, the cinematography looks insanely good. And I'm not going to try and pronounce this because I'm sure I'll get it wrong. This is spine number 1042. Yeah. And this is Claire Denis. So it's, I've seen, I think White Material was the other film that she had done recently, and I did like it. I thought that for sure the cinematography was really strong in it, and some of the core central themes I really liked, but I didn't think it was I wasn't as engaged as I thought I was going to be. But just doing some research on this film of hers, seems really interesting. The cinematography looks awesome. So I'm excited to check this out and kind of see what I think of this film compared to something like White Material. Alrighty, working our way through. The next movie is a movie that I have seen before. I just wanted to pick it up because I really enjoy this movie. It's Face in the Crowd, spine number 970. Yeah, I mean, again, I've seen this movie before. I really remember just being blown away by it. And I, again, wanted to kind of get the Blu-ray edition so I could get all of the visual enhancements, and then also just want to check out all of the supplemental features and kind of the essays written about this movie and anything else just related to the making of this movie, because I really like it. And I'm excited to, at some point, when I get through all the other movies here, I'm excited to recheck it out and just kind of see what I missed the first time when I was watching it. So yeah, this is a Face in the Crowd. Alrighty, next is another film that I haven't seen before, but I've always wanted to check it out, and this is The Sword of Doom, spine number 280. Yeah, I mean, just a classic Japanese samurai film, but I hear there's some darker elements to it, and, I love anything in that genre, in that subgenre. Looking forward to watching it. Again, never seen it before, but it's been on my list for quite some time. I think now that I finally actually have picked it up, I'm excited to jump into it and see what this movie is all about. But yeah, this is a Sword of Doom. Next is another Japanese film that I haven't seen before. This is Woman in the Dunes. This is spine number 394. But yeah, Woman in the Dunes, again, another Japanese film here. I didn't know much about this. I thought it was a completely different type of movie until I did some additional research on it. And from what I understand, there's some more surrealism and horror elements to it. So definitely not what I thought this movie was going to be about, especially with a title like this. My mind kind of went elsewhere. So I am kind of interested in just seeing what this is about. This is an early, I think, 60s film, early 60s Japanese film. Yeah, 64. So yeah, I guess I'll see what this is all about. Again, just really looking forward to seeing what kind of a movie this really is. But yeah, I think that the more surreal elements are kind of what drew me in initially. So yeah, this is Woman in the Dunes. Okay, next is a pretty recent film from my understanding. It's a French film, and yeah, I don't know much more about it than that. This is The Worst Person in the World, and this is spine number 1132. Worst Person in the World. I mean, pretty great title, without a doubt. So it begs a lot of questions like, oh, who's the worst person in the world? What's this really going to be about? So this was a pure blind buy purchase for me. This is the worst person in the world, though. All right, we're getting down to the final two. Spoiler alert, I've seen both of these two movies, or these final movies, I guess, which one is a collection, it's a box set, so kind of cheating. But the box set I have here is the Katsi trilogy. So this is 3 films. This is Koyaanisqatsi, Pawakatsi. You know what? Forget it. Koyaanisqatsi, I'll just leave it at that.
But yeah, this is 3 films, spine numbers 640 to 642. And again, I've seen all of these films. I just really like these movies. I saw Koyaanisqatsi, I think, like 5 or 6 years ago, and yeah, and then I watched the subsequent films like around that same. So it's been like 5 or 6 years since I've watched these 3 movies. I really like them because, well, the main thing is that it's essentially just a bunch of visuals set to a bunch of Philip Glass music, and I love Philip Glass, so I think that his compositions fit the themes of the movies very well. And all of these are different. They have sort of different commentaries throughout, but it usually has something to do with humans or mankind's impact on like the world at large in some sort of either abstract or sort of the physical sense. So I really love these movies. And again, they're sort of things that I can just kind of throw on in the background, and the images will typically resonate with me in some sort of way. And if they don't, for whatever reason, the music's always really, really, really good, because again, it's Philip Glass, so it just elevates everything, all of the visual material to like another level. Yeah, I'm really excited to revisiting all 3 of these, especially Koyaanisqatsi, because that was sort of the movie I started out with and really loved, and it's been 5+ years since I've seen these, so just looking forward to revisiting them in this really nice set. But yeah, that's the Qatsi trilogy. Alrighty, and the final movie I have here is a pretty recent film as well. This is Uncut Gems, starring Adam Sandler. This spine number is 1101. Yeah, so I think, obviously, I've seen Uncut Gems before. I really love it. That's kind of why I wanted to have the box set for this as well. Having seen Daddy Longlegs and Good Time, personally, I think Uncut Gems is probably the Safdie brothers' best movie, and it's also like my personal favorite film of theirs. I think I'm just really excited to rewatch the movie for my 3rd or 4th time at this point, and just kind of seeing what are all the supplemental features that are packed in with this box set. But yeah, I would say if you haven't seen Uncut Gems, please check it out. It is a wild roller coaster of a movie. I'm very excited to be revisiting this at some point once I get through all these other movies as well. And yeah, Uncut Gems, that's pretty much it. All right, everybody, here is the stack again of all the movies I picked up at the 50% off sale. If you guys want to see more stuff like this, just leave a comment down below. Definitely want to do more Criterion Collection based videos in the future, so stay tuned for some of those coming up. And until next time, I'll see you all on the next video.